Here we are, Kit Carson, Colorado. This is the legendary Fiona. I've never heard that in my life. The liquor store went out of business.
Let me tell you a story.
We have the great privilege to meet up with the mayor of Kit Carson. He came from Silicon Valley.
I didn't know anyone in the community.
How'd they take you in?
Brand new $32 million school.
32 million?
32 million.
This girl's cabin.
Cabin, can we see that?
I rode a horse for the first time basically when I came out here.
Sold for 110.
The label grass-fed doesn't mean anything. Every single animal is grass-fed.
These old hacienda, they just wrap around forever. Life. Any times you're ever questioning it, or you're like 100% loving it?
Holy smokes, that is such a communal event out here.
Oh God, I love getting into these corners of America. Kit Carson.
Going to Kit Carson. Yeah. Are you excited?
I'm super excited.
Might stop by their
by
original homestead house.
Collins Ranch and then go to Flying Diamond Ranch.
And this is where a woman from Silicon Valley left to start a life in ranching.
Yeah.
Yep.
From Palo Alto to Kit Carson.
Yes.
Kit Carson.
So this is fascinating. This grain elevator was purchased by Crossroads Ag, which is owned by Stefan Solovyv, a Russian, one of the largest landowners in the U.S. out of New York City.
Is Russian?
Is Russian, and
I had no idea.
purchased the railroad south of here and has purchased quite a bit of land in Colorado and New Mexico. This is Main Street, Kit Carson.
Let me get the camera out. Can we stop for a second? Can we stop in the middle of the road?
Yes.
Let's do it, Amy.
I lost my wallet one time in the middle of the street and someone turned it in to me.
Here we are, Kit Carson, Colorado. Kit Carson Senior Citizen Center, the bank.
The grocery store is down there with the green awning. Lutheran
Church.
Church, post office. We have 4 churches in town and no liquor store.
No liquor store.
No liquor store.
Is liquor not allowed to be sold?
No, it just went on out of business.
I've never heard that in my life. The liquor store went out of business, but you have 4 churches. With 150 people?
250.
Sorry, 250.
250.
Is this a religious place?
No more or less so than anywhere USA.
Any small town?
Yeah.
All right, here we are. All you hear in Kit Carson is the birds chirping, cars going by on the highway, Highway 287. State champions, huh?
Yeah, and then my daughter has 5 state championship rings.
For what though?
3 in volleyball and 2.
Wait, as in beating
basketball.
every other school in the state?
1A, yeah.
Kit Carson has athletes, little local market, nice park. Oh God, I love getting into these corners of America. So interesting. And a main road coming through, a museum. For those non-Americans questioning what's this whole pickup truck thing all about, I guess you have to experience it in these places. It's just nice to be in a pickup. I was anti-pickup for a while, now I'm loving it. You sit up a little bit higher, good for off-roading, put whatever in the back, make videos of Kit Carson. And we have the Kit Carson School. Amy, what's this story?
Brand new $32 million school, opened in August of 2020, 100 kids K through 12.
32 million?
32 million.
Is this the big social event in Kit Carson, the football
yeah.
games?
Every Friday night, Saturday night, ball games, basketball games.
Whole town comes out?
Yep.
So 32 million.
32 million, a $24 million grant that the community matched with an $8 million bond.
Of the 100 kids here, most of them kids of ranchers?
Ranchers, farmers, school teachers, some oil field workers. We have a helium plant in Shine Wells.
A proudful icon of the town. Fair to say?
With very good security.
Do you need security out here?
I hope not, but we have it.
Oh, this is what goes on in schools these days, huh? You have security?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yep, that's the ring. Hey, Carla.
Oh, what's going on?
This is Peter, and I don't
Hi,
remember your
Carla.
last name.
Santenello.
I wonder if we can go in the gym.
All right, we're gonna get back out to the ranch soon, but I wanted to show you the vibe of Kit Carson.
These are
Look at, I mean, this is amazing that you have this out here.
the old schools. This was the school that was torn down to build this new school, and then that was the school prior. But there was all these little farm schools that people went to
So you had a few
Wild
schools in town.
in like the country.
Okay.
Way
One
all
schoolroom. Oh, wow. What?
So this is
A
what's cool, all
court.
the state championships. Isn't that fun?
And
So awesome.
there's more stands than population of the
Yeah.
town.
Although I will say, we watch Colorado Prep Rally on 9 News. A lot of times we beat out the big schools in terms of.
Because it's the social gathering. It is the thing to do.
It is, and then because everyone supports everyone.
Okay.
So somebody who hasn't had kids in the school for decades will still come to events.
Your daughter Tess?
Was managing, and then Haley, number 11, right there, and number 3, right there. Isn't that fun?
Proud mom?
Yeah, totally. This house was built for about $240,000, and I think we sold it for $110,000.
Built for $240, sold for $110. So this is money that's not making money, obviously.
Right. That's why you gotta have grants. It doesn't
So
work otherwise.
the point of this is to do what? Get people into town?
Yeah.
Because your population's going down?
Keep them here. Yeah. 2 more houses coming in on this site.
Right here.
here.
So you guys are really trying to keep this population up.
Yep. Yep. Because what happens is everything in rural America was built around the turn of the century. Like when the railroads came out, towns popped up. You know, you got your saloon, you got your mercantile, you get your houses built at the turn of the century. Nobody really built since then. So these houses are all of a sudden 100 years old, and if they haven't been kept up, they're falling apart.
Oh, that's a cool.
Isn't that cool?
Cool, funky.
Denver School of Architecture did the plans for our houses for free. We did this park, GoCo Park. GoCo is lottery losers. Lottery money in Colorado. Lottery losers built that park.
What do you mean, like the actual money from the lottery went
Yeah,
to that park?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So play Colorado Lottery.
Yeah, exactly.
What's this building?
So this is going to be a business incubator. We've got 2 commercial spaces and then an office for a shared workspace, all built with grant money and donations. So we got a barbecue restaurant coming in here. Over there, retail, and then the shared workspace on the other end. Isn't it gorgeous?
Barbecue restaurant.
Yes, local guy that makes great barbecue, Russ Watson. It's just so great in a small town because when the kids graduate, they literally set up tables outside the gym.
Okay.
And it's like when you go to a wedding and there's a table and you put your gift on the table. Each kid has their own table, and by the end of graduation, they're covered in gifts from the whole community. It's the coolest thing.
And you're saying some kids never been on a plane, never been anywhere?
Yeah. And they get to go on a sneak trip where they will fly and go somewhere. Hey, Brenda. This is Peter.
How you doing, Jeremy?
And I can never say his last name. He has a YouTube thing, and he came out to do something with Flying Diamond.
Oh.
So I picked him up at Flying Diamond, and I'm taking him back to Flying Diamond so I could show him Kit Carson. And I said, "There's the mayor."
Oh.
And he said,
Can I
"Where?"
ask you a question
and
or two?
I said, "Right there."
All right. We have the great privilege to meet up with the mayor of Kit Carson. I know. Where's your security apparatus?
Yeah, right.
This is your driver. How are things out here in town lately?
Good. It rained. Everybody's happy.
That is definitely true.
That's a good thing.
And next election, will Amy be your running mate?
I can't run.
She can't. She don't live in
I don't
town.
live in town.
I'm done with you, Amy. What have I
Yeah.
been hanging out with you for?
No future.
Kit Carson wannabe.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is where my husband and I live. This is where the ranch was founded, 1907. Original adobe house that was built out of the soil. I think just from like over there west, they dug a hole and literally dug the adobe blocks up. My sister went through a weird vegetarian phase, and we would slap one on our pickup or on her car when she'd come out.
The beef, it's what's for dinner.
And then my daughter.
She loved it, huh?
My daughter, see you. She's got it.
She see you. That's a common stick at see you, right?
Yes. Boy, you're looking fine.
Lexi. She just had puppies.
Do you want to see a German Shepherd puppy?
Oh yeah.
Lexi.
Are you selling these?
Yeah, unless we break down and keep all 3. I don't think we will.
You did so good, Mama. You did so good.
So these old hacienda, they just wrap around forever, huh?
So yeah, yeah, it just keeps going. And then it's my daughter moving back to college. And then it just wraps around. Kind of keep going. And that's us.
And this is your room.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
This is the legendary Fiona.
Hey, Fiona.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Peter.
Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you.
So he's yours now. He's pretty game. It was lovely meeting you.
That was great.
Fabulous.
Good time. Fiona, you gonna show us the ways here?
Yes.
And firstly, you really interested me because you came from Silicon Valley, Palo Alto, right?
Redwood City, but 2 towns away. So
Okay,
yeah, basically.
From Redwood City
to Kit Carson.
to Kit Carson. That's a story. We need to get into it. You've bucked the trend, let's say, and moved from the urban, affluent area out to Kit Carson
Yes.
to live the ranching life.
Yes.
I mean, bring us into that. What happened?
I think it started just growing up having parents that were really damn good cooks, liked to eat good food. We just always had a garden and I liked being outside and whatnot. Fast forward, I went to Cal Poly, which is the big ag school in California. Worked on the ranch there, worked on the farm there, and kind of like got some experience, or I guess exposure outside, and really liked working with my hands. This is definitely very labor intensive work, but just very,
I mean, you're getting into it.
this girl's cabbing right there. If you
Calving,
see.
can we see that?
Yeah. So
I've never seen this process.
you can see she has a hoof. It would be like the calf is diving off of a diving board. You're gonna come like this, head first. So
Wait, through the sack there?
yes,
This is what Will and Lauren were talking about. You see a lot of life and death out here.
yes.
You're constantly seeing things being born and things dying.
I think yeah,
Or more
it's
birth.
definitely a lot more birth on the scale that we're at. But
Right.
I think knowing where your food comes from, supporting that, and yeah, being realistic with that are all.
Do you
We're
think-
not here like, oh, we're trying to hurt our animals, or I want this calf to die, or we want this mom to die. Like, we're gonna do everything in our power to help these girls. These are heifers, so these are first-time moms. It'd be like a teenager getting pregnant. Their frame size is smaller. It's new, foreign territory.
Okay.
Could be confusing. So we try to do like anything we can to help. So like last night there was a girl, she'd been pushing for 3 hours in the pasture, no action. I brought her into the corrals, still no action. So I pulled that calf. In nature, she's
So
probably...
You pulled the calf. You just got your hands in there and
Oh
started
yeah,
going
I
for
could
it,
show you the pulling barn where you put it's like little bracelets, you put little straps on them, and then it would be their front legs and you're pulling them out and you want to sync it up with her. We're not trying to hurt her. So
Right.
I'm pulling every time she's pushing, and when she's not, I give her a break. I keep tension, but I'm giving her a break.
So what's it like when you go back to Redwood City? What's the feelings when you go back there?
Oh my gosh, I love getting pampered by my mom. I'm like, let's go to my favorite pizza restaurant, Festa. Let's go.
Okay.
Like, Target is 5 minutes away, and all of that is just, yeah, it's a trade-off. Like here, I can have my dog outside and never worry that they're going anywhere. They don't need a leash. I don't need
This guy.
a doggy bag. Hi, Carlos. No. I mean, I moved out here and I didn't know anyone in the community.
How'd they take you in?
I think I'm just a really friendly person, but there used to be a liquor store in Kit Carson,
Okay.
and so we had the back room, and it was a room behind the liquor store with like darts and ping pong, and people would just come after work and bring their own beer, and we just sit around and kind of
that's
met people
great.
like that. I met my neighbors, and I liked to garden, so I'd always be out front of my house. I'd have people drive by and I'd offer them a beer. I think like, I'm super fortunate. There was so many people in the community that like took me in and wanted to help me out. Like Bob Mahan, who's like the OG Kevin Costner, like 85-year-old that rides horses better than anyone I know. And he just like wants to help me.
How long have you been out here?
I'm rolling into my 3rd season here. So this is my 3rd calving at Flying Diamond.
So this is your lifestyle? Could you see it changing? Like you would go back to another lifestyle?
I don't think I'd ever move like back to where my mom's house is in Redwood City. I like how slow it is here. I like how you can drive down the street and I wave to everyone.
You guys know everyone who's on the road here.
100%. Oh my gosh,
Okay.
we could drive into town
Yeah.
and I would wave and tell you everyone's name, everyone's house that we pass. I like that. I like the fact that you can go to the feed store and I can talk to Brent and shoot the shit with him, and then I'm like, charge it a flying diamond. Not that that affects me, but there's just like these relationships in the community that you don't get, I think, or you have to try harder when you live in the city. Oh my gosh, we had a fire last week. I was the one that spotted the fire. I think this is cool, so you can see this red, white face mom 219 and the calf 219 sucking. I think it's cool when you come out to the pasture and there's pairs that are still paired up. That's what it should be. These moms know what's going on and we're here to help them, but we're trying to do as minimal intervention as we can.
So Fiona, you seem pretty pumped out here, but any challenges, any times you're ever questioning it, or are you like 100% loving it?
Gosh, you really have to do like a little planning, like Costco in the springs. When I go to Costco, I literally have stuff in Costco from my fridge and freezer that's probably a month old. Or we don't have a liquor store in Kit Carson.
Yeah,
and
I
not to like beat her, like, oh, make this about drinking. But gosh, if you just want a beer at the end of the day and you have to drive 25 miles, it's like, do I really want a beer? That's a 50-mile round trip. That's an hour of my time. Like, maybe I'll just go to sleep now.
Wait, with gas prices, that's like a $15 beer.
I'm telling you,
right?
It's like I'll just go to sleep now, and then I just don't need the beer.
So there's AA, there's cold turkey, or Kit Carson.
Yeah, right.
That's how you quit.
I don't know. You haven't met my friends in Kit Carson. They like to drink.
They stock up.
Yeah.
They go to Costco and stock up.
Yeah, exactly.
What about Amazon out here?
Amazon delivers.
Okay.
The post office is great. We know Jen at the post office.
Shout out to Jen.
Shout out to Jen. Let me tell you a story. Kit Carson has around 200 and something people. Our post office is open from 8 to 12 every day. Wild Horse, there's 7 folks that live there, and their post office is open from 8 to 2:30 every day.
7 people.
7 people. But that's because the Loretta Lynn fan club used to be out of Wild Horse, and they would get so much fan mail that they had to keep it open because there was just so much volume coming in.
Okay.
It's no longer the case.
Big time rookie question. Who's Loretta Lynn?
Oh, she's like an old country singer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think it's important when you come to a new community, whether it's in the city, whether it's in tiny ass Kit Carson, you have to make an effort to integrate yourself. So like me being on the volunteer EMS department, I'm meeting folks that way that I'm working with, that's like my crew members, and then folks that we go and help in the community. Or like being on the ranch and going to other folks' brandings. Holy smokes, that is such a communal event out here. It's like families cook and prepare a meal for everyone that's helped all day, and you go and help your neighbor, and vice versa. They'll come to your branding and help you, whether that's a labor thing, whether that's a social thing, whether that's a family thing. Like, I could move out here and I could be miserable and I could just go to work, I work by myself, go home and whatever, do my own thing. But gosh, like this community, I think some of the preconceived notions or political views or family ties, like everyone knows everyone. It's a small town, but like I just remember, oh my gosh, I moved out here. My neighbor comes up to my door, knocks on my door, and was like, "Oh, are you the lesbian from California?" I was like, "Well, I'm from California and whatever, but that's not my cup of tea. No, I think you're mistaking me with someone else." And he goes, No. My daughter saw you walking around town holding hands with some girl." And I was like, "No, I literally just moved here. I don't know anyone." Well, this was actually my mom was out here helping me move out. We were walking around at night, just going for a nightly like stroll when it cooled off. And this like quickly turns into, oh, the new lesbian from California is in Kit Carson. Like spins way out of control. And like it would be easy for me to just whatever, not, I don't know, just, I think saying, hey, I'm not here to judge you or have different views or have the same views. I think saying, like, get to know me and then make an opinion about me, I think that's so important. Like, coming out into a new environment and being open. Like,
Yeah.
you have to be open. And
Well,
maybe it's like,
there's two ways of doing it. You move into a new environment and you don't do what you're saying.
right.
And you try to push whatever on other people, or you move into an environment and you try to get into it.
Yeah, and it's
respect
not
it for what it is, right?
I don't need to be changing all my political views or changing everything that I do on the weekend and what are my new hobbies and what do I like to eat. Like, it's not like that, but yeah, I think respecting it is so important. Like, gosh, I think a lot of folks could come here and be like, oh, I have more money, or I know how to do this better, or I went to this university and I could educate you and tell you about that. I think that is like the most dangerous thing. We live in a country where you're not going to get prosecuted for having the opposing viewpoint. Like, however, whatever crazy things are right now, it's like, it's okay to have a different opinion. Like, but gosh, if I'm learning, or it can be a conversation versus I'm gonna talk down to
Right.
you or like be condescending. Oh my gosh, the condescending bullshit, like, miss me with that. I rode a horse for the first time basically when I came out here. I was like, gosh, if I hate it, I do 8 months, I don't have a family, I don't have a house, I don't have a mortgage, I don't have kids. Like, if I hate it, I get a great experience, I get to work hard, I get to learn a new skill set, or at least dip my toes in it, and whatever. I got an offer for a farm in Pescadero, which is like right by Santa Cruz, on the coast, at this awesome place that I've always just loved, and it was like, do I go to Kit Carson or Pescadero? And I was like, I don't know. It's like stepping out of your comfort zone, and I think
Pescadero would have been the easy move for you.
yeah, it is.
I had the same mindset when I moved overseas. I'm like, it doesn't work, I can move back.
Right? It's not the end of the world. It's just
But it adds a layer to you where if you didn't do it, you would never get that experience, that exposure where the lessons come. So
right. Something that you made me think about when I go home is the homeless folks. And not that there's a raging homeless community in Redwood City by any means, but in Kit Carson, there are no homeless folks. Like, A, there isn't much for these folks to be giving them, and then B, the weather is so gnarly, whether it's 110 in the summer and negative 20 in the winter, like, you'd be tough living out here. But also, like, I live on the highway and my vehicle is unlocked, the keys are in it most of the time, and yeah, stuff happens, but gosh, I know the sheriff in the county, I know the deputies, and anybody that lives out here is, I'd say, for the most part, like, just a good person. Like, no one's out here trying to pull a fast one on you. I think 90 to 95% of ranches in the U.S. are family
right.
owned and operated. This, in a big sense, is a traditional operation. I think we're very progressive, which is why I'm excited to be here, but traditional in the sense that cow-calf, the females are going to stay on the ranch, and then they're going to get the opportunity to have a calf every year and be a cow. And then the males are going to, yeah, at some point go off the ranch and then be fed out under 3 years old. I think people think you just grab a little calf and it just starts eating corn from day one, and that's what grain-fed means. I think most of the time it's like 140 days in the feed yard, and that's the last chunk of its life. You couldn't put any of those calves on corn from day one. Like, their digestive system, it's like a baby. You couldn't just say, start eating meat and potatoes. They drink breast milk, and then you slowly wean them like we do. Wean them off of that. Okay, we start with mashed up potato or baby food that's like soft, or smoothies, and then it goes into like, oh, we'll try Cheerios. I don't really know what babies eat, but the demonization of like, oh, it's so this or it's so bad. I think a funny thing is everyone is raving about, oh, Wagyu steak this, it's so that. it's so delicious because it's been in the feed yard probably for, I don't know, double or triple the time of most steak. And so
in the feed yard, which I learned today, were those areas where the cows are packed in, just feeding, right, before they go to the slaughterhouse.
yeah, I'd say a feed yard basically looks like this, and they have feed bunks that run the lines, and there's trucks that come in.
So the really good tasting meat, the cows have been out in the feed yard longer.
Yes, I'd say generally yes. It's like Wagyu beef. I wouldn't say like, oh man, that cow was on this or on. I'd say their finishing ration was up here. They're finishing for way more than 140 days.
And
They get so fat. They have cowboys that ride those pens because they get so fat they can't stand up and they got to pull them up.
And that's what people want to eat.
Yeah, but I think people like have this dissociation with, yeah, I think everyone wants to be the good person and look good. Oh, I eat my grass-fed, or I eat my this or my that, but they don't actually care, or maybe they just don't take the steps to know what it means. Like the label grass-fed doesn't mean anything. Every single animal is grass-fed.
Oh,
Like-
okay.
Grass-finished is a label that I think means something, because most thing is grass-fed, grain-finished. I'd say that's conventional. That's what's in your Safeway. That's what's in your Whole Foods. And organic is the same way. You can have organic that's fed organic grain and finished out, or it could just be on pasture, and that pasture could be certified organic. So you would walk in through there, and then you would shut this. So then the girl is in this pen, and then you pull this here, and she gets head caught here. And then this is kind of cool because you can open it like this and help pull her calf. But this is going to keep her up so she doesn't lay down. We're not trying to hurt them. We're trying to help them. Hey, girl.
Wow.
Fresh little guy.
How does mom feel right now?
I think this is a good mom. She's protective. She's aware that we're here. She's aware that there's a dog behind us. She's like, hey, this is my baby. However, she's not aggressive. I think there's a very big difference. Like, you want them to be protective, but she's not up here kicking up dirt. She's not eyes locked on us. She's like, hey, I want to lick you off, little baby. Let's see. Kind of looks like the calf's face is already out. Oh, there you go. That's the calf sticking out of her. Keep pushing her. There we go. See?
And that's it. Oh, wow.
There you go. Get you some action, Peter.
That's good. Wow. And life.
Yeah. 240.
What a great adventure today. Another lesson, another new experience. And I think what I gathered the most out of this is understanding a different way of life, a different way of looking at things. I feel good intentions out here. I feel people that are in touch with their land and their animals. And I know for some it's a controversial issue, farming, meat, but I would ask you just try to understand it more. That's what I'm always trying to do in every one of these videos, in every experience, is try to get a better understanding and to see the perspective, where people are coming from. And I want to mention two things. One, the Flying Diamond Ranch has an amazing website. I know they sell cattle, other things. Check out their link below in the description. Also, I have a mailing list. I would love for you to be part of it. Some behind the scenes stuff, some other information that ties into the content. Link below. Sign up for that. And thank you so much for coming on this journey. Until the next one.